Maxine Buntum was born in Kingston, Jamaica. She grew up in the inner city as a child who loved to dance, and she became very involved in the dancehall industry in her youthful years. She chose dance as her career path, which subsequently took her all over the world as a backup dancer for many artists at several shows, including Patra, Shabba Ranks, and Bounty Killer, just to name a few. She gave her life to God in 1998. Maxine is passionate about four things: dancing, nutrition, prayer, and the Word of God. Maxine is a gifted dancer who does prophetic and warfare dancing as she is led. She also teaches dancing to many children. Abba Nutrition is a health and wellness club that was founded by Maxine in 2019. She believes in living a healthy lifestyle and gives advice on nutrition as well as the benefits of exercising. She is also the founder of Abba Prayer Line. Maxine has an unusual hunger for the word of the Lord and meditates upon it day and night. Her slogan is, "The anointing will do what the algorithm won't." Please welcome Maxine Buntum.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maxine Buntum. Welcome to Intricately Woven Royal Bloodline. Another interesting, another heartfelt testimony, right? And it's going to be an awesome time we have this evening inside the studio here, all the way in West Palm Beach, Florida. So please do remember to subscribe to the channel Abundance and Nutrition 9450. Also remember to like and share, and just send out this message, everyone. Right? So today, our drink today is Abalogo, and today we are sampling a drink from my line, Herbalife Nutrition, and it's our immunity essential immunity line for your immune system, and it's our immunity booster. So it looks a little pink. Let us cheers to my guest, and we taste. Very refreshing. It's not sweet. How is it?
Good. Very
good. Good. Right. So beside me, I have a lady, and I'm just gonna read a little bit of her test, her what is this now? What do you call this again? Her bio. Yeah. All right. And trust me, I never met this lady in person until tonight, but I've been speaking to her on the phone. So she was introduced to me by Miss Winsome Roberts Green. Shout out to Miss Winsome. Big up yourself, Winnie Queen Mode, right? And we'll hear a little, about what she does, and being a sponsor for Queen Mode yearly. We have interviewed philanthropist Winsome Roberts Green in the studio here on Intricately Woven Royal Bloodline before. So tonight I'm just gonna read. I won't read all of her bio, but trust me, her bio is exceptionally well. And big up to all my people. Big up to Jody behind the camera, all the way in West Palm Beach, Florida, at Jam Studio. Big up Shanika Morgan, our producer. Big up Shanika. And guys, guess what? We have some food to sample tonight. We're gonna have jerk chicken sampling right here at this table this evening. But I'm just from Jerk Machine, but I'm just gonna read a little about Catherine Malcolm. Her name is Catherine Malcolm, right? And under her name it says dream big, dream always. For all the big dreamers out there, I myself am a dreamer, right? Because God give us dreams, right? God give us vision, Exactly. And it's good to nurture the vision and birth the vision. And Shanika and I were talking earlier while we're driving here, and we're just talking about visions and birthing visions and going through the pains and all of that when God gives you a vision. So we'll hear Miss Catherine's story tonight. So Catherine Malcolm has over 40 years of entrepreneurial experience and has been the driving force behind the renowned restaurant brand Jerk Machine. Big up Jerk Machine, yay, South Florida. Let me tell you something. When I told people that I was my next guest was gonna be Catherine Malcolm, the owner of Jerk Machine, everybody was like, "Wow, how you met her?" But it's all God. So big up to the Father, big up God for first and foremost. We big up Jesus Christ, we big up Yeshua, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever we call him, but it's only one God, right? One God. And so her unwavering leadership has exemplified fortitude and resilience, establishing her as a trailblazer for economic empowerment and entrepreneurial advancement within her community. In recognition of her outstanding contributions, Catherine was bestowed with an honorary Doctor of Humanities degree, right? Yeah. Further solidifying her commitment and dedication to serve humanity. Now, I'm gonna honor you tonight by calling you Dr. Catherine Malcolm, because it was when I went through her bio, I saw all of this, and she's such a humble lady with a big heart. You know, humility proceed honor. She's really a humble lady with a big heart, and I didn't even know that she was Dr. Catherine. So I'm gonna refer to her tonight with from her place of, you know. Oh, okay. Yes, I'll take the floor. Yes, as no Dr. Problem. Catherine. All right. So a multifaceted individual, she seamlessly transitions between roles as a restaurateur, community activist, investor, published author, right, poet, singer, songwriter, business coach, motivational speaker, and transformational leader. My God. Her creative pursuits extend to playwriting and screenplays, showcasing her diverse talents and boundless creativity. I love this already. Throughout her illustrious career, Catherine has been honored with numerous business and community awards, including the prestigious Sun Sentinel Excalibur Award and the USA Department of Commerce Award for outstanding contributions to the South Florida community, and most recently honored at the Conference for Global Transformation. My God. So we're in for a treat tonight, right? Her dedication to uplifting others is evident through her involvement with various organizations such as JAUSA JASA, Chamber of Commerce, JWOF, Jamaica Women of Florida, Aiding AIDS, Kiwanis, Let's Make the Difference, and she contributes generously with her time and expertise to countless organizations that are aligned with empowerment, diversity, and inclusion. In closing, beyond her professional endeavors, Catherine, or Dr. Catherine, I should say, is deeply engaged in philanthropic initiatives, including being the founder of Portobello Foundation. And I'm meeting all these philanthropists. So God have something in store for me, right? Right. She profit centered around foster kids who age out, many of whom are faced with homelessness, incarceration, or are easy prey to sex trafficking predators. Through experiential training, she ignites the creativity and hidden potential of each individual so that they can discover their voice and full self-expression to shape their own destinies. Dr. Catherine Malcolm is best described as a visionary creator of impactful brands that resonate with global goodness. She has collaborated with other teams and change makers to establish food forests in Uganda and India. Wonderful. Catherine continues to inspire others to dream big and embody the essence of magnanimity in all endeavors. Welcome, Dr. Catherine Malcolm, to Intricately Woven Royal Bloodline. Dr. Malcolm, as I honor you this evening, it is such a privilege to have you on our show this evening. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing very good.
She just smiled. She just smiled. I tell you, when I met this lady, and I've been speaking to her on the phone, 1 and 2 conversations, and you know, the Lord spoke to me and told me that you're such a humble individual, a humble human being with such a big heart, right? tell us a little about Dr. Malcolm. Where are you from? Where were you born?
All right, I can do that. So I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, which everybody said I'm come from Kingston, but I truly was from Kingston.
Right.
And I was born, my dad and my mom, I lived in a home with them and my older sister and 2 younger brothers. And I consider that we had such a good time in Jamaica. To me, growing up in Jamaica, it was the beach and school and your friends and all of the people that you get to know, uncles and aunts. I mean, it's just a big family. Your neighbor can give you a beating. You understand?
Right.
Your neighbor can, your teacher can scold you. It was, everybody was your family. That's how I feel it was in Jamaica. But what I remember more than anything else is who my dad was. And he was an entrepreneur. I know that's where I got it from. I remember him always being very generous with people. And just, what he wanted everybody to win and to be risen up.
Right.
So anything he learned, he would bring it forth. He wouldn't learn something and keep it to himself. I remember that very well, with hearing that even from uncles. He would share it. He would say, come on, I need to show you something. And he would always be sharing, like what he's learned. So I really love that spirit, I really did. So that's where I was born. I was born in Jamaica.
Where exactly in Kingston, Jamaica are you from? Because I'm from Kingston, Jamaica too.
So I lived by Barbican. So near Barbican.
You look like an uptown girl.
No, so the Mountain View was my first.
Okay.
Right? So that's where my grandmother lived, and that's where I remember the first. I could have been 3 or 4. And then we moved to Havendale, right? So Havendale, I went to Meadowbrook Prep School.
Oh, okay.
Went to Meadowbrook Prep School, which again, it's all friends. Now that I'm thinking of all the journeys I've been on and all the diversity that I've seen and all the different people in the world, I mean, Jamaica really kept an enclave of like that comfort. It was a comfortable space. Right. So, and then after I went to high school. I went to a high school like Peter and Paul.
Peter and
Paul didn't have a high school at the time. It was just the prep school.
The prep school, yeah.
And then I went to Peter, but I sort of got there by default because my sister got into Peter and Paul. Well, it was maybe the worst thing for Peter and Paul because I'm a rebel enough. So when I got into school, I did everything the opposite of her. She was like, always a prefect and all of that. Me, I was sculling school. I was taking off and going to the beach, and I was always in trouble. And I would even sign my own documents from my parents to say, "Oh, Catherine need a day off."
Really?
So I know that I was that, and a couple of friends that we had in our class were that compared to their sisters who were in the higher classes. So we were troublemakers. I don't know how they didn't expel us, but hey.
So Peter and Paul was a high school before it transitioned to a prep school.
It was a prep school, and then the people that I guess left from the prep school, if they didn't have anywhere to go because, so they created a high school. But I didn't go to Peter and Paul prep. I went to Peter and Paul.
From Meadowbrook Prep to Peter and Paul. Oh, so but they don't have a high school anymore. It's just St. Peter and Paul Prep.
So the high school now transitioned to Campion College. Right?
Oh, there you go.
So
yes.
Transitioned to Campion College.
So
but it was like 120 girls in that school. It was run by nuns.
Of course, because I went to St. Aloysius Primary and I went to St. Anne's Secondary, and at the time it was sisters, the nuns that were the principals and the vice principals, and all of that.
So we got really good training from the church as well, and the sisters. Oh gosh, and I of course I was a troublemaker, I tell you, because the conversations I would have with a lot of the sisters is like, why you don't go and get married and have children, or you know what I'm saying? I would ask them that, and many of them did. I said, you can always praise God, all time. But I mean, I know, they chose that, but many of them also left that and chose it because I was very outspoken as a young lady. I just speak my mind. I don't speak it with harm. I just speak it, just to say there's another way, there's another possibility, another way you can do this,
So when did you retire to the United States of America?
So let me tell you. So first of all, my dad took us to Canada. So I was 17. So that was not a happy time for me. And I was just like, what? Because now you're just getting the run of Jamaica. My sister got a car so we could drive around. So it was just like, whoa, go to the beach and just enjoy. That was it. And then I also had gotten a job because I was very much like I have to make some money. So I got a job at St. Teresa's Prep School as an art teacher. So here I am at 16 teaching kids who are up to 11. So I guess it was a St. Teresa Prep School. And again, you know, I got scolded when I went to the teachers. Because I said, well, you give everybody a passing grade in art. I said, because art is sort of like what art is. It could be a line. I give them a So, I mean, I remember going in and saying, yeah, man, art is just that. They get a check mark. From the minute they put something on the paper, it's their expression, right? So, and funny, when I went to Canada, I met a kid that I had taught, and he came right up on the bus to me and said, Miss Foot, because I was a foot.
You was Foot before,
Miss Foot, remember me? Everybody was saying I, you know, like I was gonna fail, but he said he became like a technician in Canada. So it's really good, yeah.
So we have some things in common because we both went to Catholic schools.
Yes.
And I taught at Holy Child Preparatory School for 15 years. I taught dance. I was a dance teacher at Holy Child Preparatory School for 15 years. And you taught at art and craft at St. Teresa Prep. So when you migrated to Canada, how old were you?
I was 17, just turned 17.
17. So you spent some time in Canada before you entered the United States of America. Tell us about that.
Wow. So Canada was, imagine it, you know, I arrived in Canada with I had on a little pink, I remember, eyelets, cotton shirt, wraparound mini skirt, open toe clog shoes, and I was looking very hot at 17. I walk into Canada and there's a snowstorm.
Oh, wow.
I don't have no jacket, I don't have anything at all. So eventually they came and picked me up and somebody brought a jacket. Of course, the jacket was my aunt's one. She's like, weigh about 100 pounds at that time and I'm like 130 or whatever. So I think this guy fit me, somebody just wrap it around my head. But that was my first time when it was like, oh my goodness, this is a reality now, something that is different. Anyway, so we spent time in Canada. You know, we started over from nothing. My father gave up all that he had in Jamaica.
So what he had in Jamaica that he gave up?
He was a car salesman. Well, the whole of his life, he had built out, you know, he had bought a house. He had established himself in the Kiwanis Club. He had established himself he was a community leader. He had established, you know, he had a car dealership. He had his own car dealership. So, you know, and he felt that the political scene at the time was too rough. So he said he was going to take us out of that. Well, he took us out and I'm just like, I want to go back as soon as I can. But anyway, that didn't happen. Canada turned out to be all right because Canada taught me discipline.
Right.
Because I remember being in Canada in the first, because, you know, I don't have a car, I have to take a bus. So going down to the bus station. And of course, us as Jamaicans, we don't wait in the line for the bus. Everybody just runs just jumping on the bus, and the bus driver comes out and he really rank all of us out like you need to stand in line.
Wow, discipline,
yeah, man. There was a discipline until it got to the point where you really understood the discipline. You know, I find Canada to be it was a nurturing country as well. It taught, you know, it was willing to teach and have nurturing going on, right. And so that was my first experience. I met my husband there.
Nice. So you met Mr. Malcolm in Canada?
Yes, I did. That was another story. I'll do it soon. So it was actually my brother who introduced me to him.
Yes.
He lived in the same building I lived in, but I didn't know him. And my brother picked him up on the street. His car had broken down, and brought him to say, you know. And my brother said, "Oh, where do you live?" And he says he lives at this place in Bay Mills. And he said, "Oh, that's where my sister lives." So he introduced us. We got married a couple of years later. I got married when I was 23.
So you've been married for like what, over 30 something years, 40 something? 42? Oh my God, I need to itch up on you right now.
And
for that
great.
And it's your anniversary this. So you're celebrating 2 anniversaries this week.
So we're celebrating our anniversary for when we went to sign our documents for Jerk Machine.
Jerk Machine.
Yes, so that was a milestone.
So we're coming to Jerk Machine soon. Yes.
Yes.
So sound like a beautiful love story.
Yes.
And I'm looking at you, and you're a beautiful woman. I can just imagine you in your days.
Yes, yeah, man,
you
I
should
was
be
hot.
a hottie. Man, you saw this little beauty. She look like you have freckles.
Yeah.
Man, she looks
I
so,
was-
she's so gorgeous.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
telling you, I had a good time. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't matter what was going on. As I said, I don't look at what I don't have. I look at all the things I do.
You have achieved all your
Yeah,
achievements.
but
Yeah.
and even apart from that, because writing that was somebody said I'm going to write all these things, and I took out half of it. I told you because I was
Mhm.
like, oh, just put some of the main things because you don't remember these achievements, and I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
I got,
But I got what I was supposed to. I
Yeah.
got what I was supposed to get. So how long did you live in Canada, and when did you retire to America? Tell us about that.
so I lived in Canada for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So this was it, as any Jamaican, any good serving Jamaican in Canada have 2 and 3 jobs. I had 3 jobs. I worked at the post office, I worked at the bank, and then on the weekends I worked as a data entry person.
Mm-hmm.
I was working all the time. So my husband had 1 job. He was at the post office, and then he was looked after the children. So I had 2 children in Canada. Right?
Girls,
Two
girls,
boys,
2
two
boys.
boys.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
2 boys. And then one day, one day he left. I had gotten pregnant, and he left to go to work. And I was just like, okay, I do not like this place anymore. I don't want the snow. It was snowing. I don't want to live in another snowstorm. What I really hated is that I used to plant fruits
Mm-hmm.
and trees and all these things, and the next year they would be dead.
So you consider yourself having a green thumb?
Yes, I
Nice.
did, but then I would have to be planting things on the inside. I created these little domes on the inside of the house. But when things that you plant on the outside, the snow would kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like, oh, this is like not good. I don't want to be in the snow. I didn't like the cold.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the cold.
And that's how you migrated to Florida?
Yes, I decided to come to Florida. So we came to Florida, and I was pregnant with my daughter when I came here.
Your son?
My son. My daughter was. I have 2 boys born in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pregnant with my daughter, so she was born here.
Oh, so the 2 boys were born in Canada, and the girl
Born here.
born here.
Yeah.
So you knew that you were coming to Florida when you were
Mhm,
leaving
yeah.
Canada?
Well, no, actually, no. That's a very good part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually going to Washington D.C. We ended up in Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
because that's where my husband's family lived.
Yeah.
And so we were there for 2 weeks, and we got an apartment. We signed up for an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
looking for jobs. My husband started looking for a job, and then it started to snow, and I got in the car and I said,
Snow again.
I am heading south. And
You're heading south? That sounds so familiar.
In the car.
Yes.
I said to my husband, you coming or you staying? And
So at that time, did you know anybody living in Florida?
Couple people.
Couple people,
Mhm.
couple friends.
Yes, one friend who lived in Canada, Julie,
Mhm.
Julie James, had migrated. So I
Mhm.
knew her. And Dawn, who was a childhood friend, Dawn Tapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew pretty much 2 or 3 people, not many people.
Yeah.
And so I just said, I'm coming to Florida. So we came to Florida, and we just,
Sunshine State.
yes, and it was great. I was pregnant, as I said, so I
Mhm.
wasn't looking for work, but my
Mhm.
husband was looking for work, and it was very, very difficult. The first job that he got was with Coca-Cola, which paid him $2.10 an hour, coming from the big post office job he had in
Mhm.
Canada. So of course everybody was saying, "Come back to Canada. You can't do working like that." She did that. But I said, let's look forward to what we always said we're gonna do. We're gonna open a restaurant, right?
Oh, so while you were in Canada, you
Yeah.
had the discussion that you was going to
I
open.
did want to open one in Canada, but I was just like, I am not gonna do this in the cold. I just didn't like the cold. I don't like the cold now. I
Yeah.
don't like the cold.
So you're always a chef, love cooking.
My husband is really the one that loves to cook.
Your husband is Jamaican?
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice. Mhm.
So I really haven't cooked in 42 years, really.
He's the one that's cooking
Mhm.
still?
Still.
Okay. So tell us about jerk machine, right?
Yeah.
As I said, she brings some jerk chicken. I will sample the jerk chicken tonight. Me know Jody over there wait. Shanika the run this out wait for some of the jerk chicken. I can't wait to sample the jerk chicken because I've heard so much about jerk machine and being friends with Winsome and she doing Queen Mode. I know that
Yeah.
Jerk Machine is one of the main sponsor
Mhm.
for Queen Mode yearly. Right, but tell us about Jerk Machine. How did you start Jerk
Okay.
Machine? How did you come up with the name and all of that?
You're asking all these really great questions. So
Mhm.
how the name came about. So I told you that I was working in the post office in Canada
Right.
as well as the bank. So every day I would take some food to work, and of course everybody.
That you cook or your husband
my
cook?
husband and
Right, nice.
So I was,
Mhm.
because we also realized that we didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
So, to go and buy lunch every day, he said, okay, so he would be responsible. He would pack these little lunch boxes, so I take them to work. And
Mhm.
I said to everybody, okay, we're gonna do some jerk chicken Christmas Eve. If anybody wants, I'll deliver it on Christmas Day.
Mhm.
I started taking orders from people. I said, oh my God, and I'm taking orders. And I took so many orders. I think I had 100 pounds of orders, meat order.
Wow.
I was like totally like didn't understand how that happened. Anyway,
That was God.
yes,
Mhm.
totally. So I get home, I get home, I get the meats, I
Mhm.
get all the seasonings, I get everything, I season it up. Now these are the days now there's no cell phone, So I can't call him to tell him that he has a job to come home and do.
Oh my goodness.
So so I get home maybe at about.
So you basically did the prepping for
I
him.
did all the prepping, and I do everything to make sure that everything is. I call all his friends because I think it was a Friday night.
Mhm.
And so he might have stopped at any one of his friends on his way home.
Mhm.
So I call all of them and tell them that they need to come straight home if we
Right.
stop there.
Yeah.
Because he have a job to do. So anyway, so he gets home at about, I think, 11 o'clock at night,
Mhm.
right? Because he finished his job at 10, so he got home at 11.
Right.
So, and then I show him, I said, this is all the stuff need to be done, and there's a snowstorm that has come in.
What?
So
So you had to bring the food back to the people and tomorrow. The order was for the following day.
For the Christmas day.
Because that was Christmas Eve?
This was Christmas Eve.
Wow.
So I stayed up until about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then, as I said, I have 2 children, so I have to be looking about them as well. So he's out there, and he brought a couple friends, and they're all out there, drinking some red stripe beer and doing the jerk chicken, and them have all the grills going and everything. And then at about 4 o'clock, I wake up, maybe 4 to 5, and I see him out there still. With the snowstorm. I saw in those days, we didn't have a cell phone. I could take a picture.
Yeah.
I just remember.
So this is the birth now of jerk machine.
So I
Carry
said,
on.
you look, what you look like? You look like a jerk machine. That's exactly how that went. And so the next day when we wrote on the card when we were delivering, we wrote on it, from the jerk machine team. That's what I wrote on that card.
Wow.
We delivered jerk chicken to people that are still our friends. We delivered so much jerk chicken and jerk pork. There was one guy, I think, that ordered 10 pounds of chicken and 10 pounds of pork. Yeah, so,
So you told him that, oh, baby, you look like a jerk machine, and that's how the name came about.
Yes.
Well, I think I can tell you the name is so cute.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you have Jerk City, you have Jerk this, you have Jerk that, but Jerk Machine sounds so pretty cool.
And our slogan is, we don't joke, we jerk.
Oh, we don't joke, we jerk. So you hear that, guys? We don't joke, we jerk. I like that too. That's pretty comical.
But I love being in the jerk machine whole arena. It was really good. And then we came to Florida and said, okay, that's our name. So we went and registered the name, and we didn't know how to do all of that stuff. And there was no Google to go look at.
Yeah.
There wasn't Google, there wasn't ChatGPT, there wasn't internet, nothing. You have to just sort of, right? Just take it from there. And
how old is Jerk Machine?
Jerk Machine was born in 1989. Well, 83 is when I wrote it as being born, because that's when it was first spoken, but 89 in America it was born.
So it's about what, 40 years?
Nearly 40. Well, 40 years if you consider from 83.
83.
Yeah.
My maths is good, right, guys?
Good.
Yes, so 40 years if we're counting from 1983.
Yes, it's at least 40.
And I know for over 40 years, you're well known, you're renowned. A lot of people know about you. I can imagine a lot of politicians like Commissioner Maxwell and all these people supposed to know about your restaurant, know about your food. They all do. Yeah. And so I'm yet to taste the infamous Jerk Machine food. I can't wait to sample that.
All right.
But I see you're wearing your yellow because I know we're celebrating Jamaica's independence.
Yes.
Good. Big up Jamaica.
Yes, yes.
Cheers to that. Let us cheers.
Yes.
Cheers to Jamaican independence. I wonder Jamaica how much year old today. It's so bad, minute.
1962.
62.
Right. So
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
they are, I think it's 62 years.
59, 62, and 60. 62 years, right?
I think so.
I hope I'm correct. I'm gonna chastise me if I was wrong, but from 1962 to 2024, that sounds like 62 years. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I was looking at your shirt and I saw
Yes.
this lovely mushroom Portobello. So tell us about Portobello, because there's a non-profit, a 501c3 Portobello Foundation.
Mhm.
And of course, Portobello is one of my favorite. I love Portobello mushroom. So tell us about Portobello Foundation.
All right. So let me transition from how Portobello came into being.
Mm-hmm.
So as Dirt Machine developed itself
And evolved.
mm-hmm. it built an empire. Dirt Machine built an empire in South Florida. We had, I think it was 14 locations.
Yes, 1 second. Don't just stick a pin. I was about to ask you if you have any other locations apart from South Florida.
Nothing else, just in South Florida. Right?
So how many locations you have in South Florida?
We have 2 locations in South
Florida. Where in South Florida? So if persons watching.
So we're down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is at 317 Southwest 6th Street, close to downtown, very, very close to the...
So you heard that, guys? She's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yeah. If you're traveling, if you're coming in from overseas, Jamaica, anywhere, tell them the address again.
317 Southwest 6th Street, Fort Lauderdale.
317 Southwest 6th Street, Fort Lauderdale.
And then our Lauderhill, which was our first location, is at 4261 Northwest 12th Street.
12th Street.
Yes.
So both location is in Fort Lauderdale.
One is in Fort Lauderdale, one is in Lauderhill.
So one is in Fort Lauderdale and one is in Lauderhill.
Yes.
Okay. So continue with Portobello now.
Yes. So Portobello came into being because when I came to Florida, there were many days as in the restaurant business that you have food left over. And I remember there was a gentleman that I saw something on the news about him. And he used to do feeding at the beach. And so one day, was that near Christmas? I think it actually was Christmas Day. We took our food, including my kids. I took everybody to the beach. And there it was, because I heard he was going to be there. So we met him.
Right.
And we donated our food.
The leftover food.
Yes, and it was a good amount. It was a little bit. So, and he was just so amazed that we did that. And we were going down there like every other week and supporting him. And of course, it was not popular, because people were asking him not to be feeding people on the beach. But more and more you saw more and more people coming for this. And I'd never really seen that before. It's not like we don't have poverty in Jamaica. You see, we know people are poor, but in my head, I don't remember seeing that there was that kind of like hunger and because we have fruit on trees. I don't know if that is it. And you don't really see that. And I think that anybody who is in any part of any town, there's always food to be given. Right. And when I went to Canada, I didn't see that. But when I came here, I saw that, and I was just like, whoa, this is not good. And many of them, I remember there were so many young people. Right. That I thought, wow, this is, and I would have conversations with them, and they were just like, they're just down on their luck. So that's how I really got into the feedings and doing homeless feedings. That's really how that started.
That's how old is Portobello Foundation?
Portobello is, the original thought of Portobello came about in 2006. That's when
2006.
2006.
2006 to 16.
It's almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Is it?
2016 is 10 years.
Yeah, so it's almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years.
So you see, and it's funny how you ask that question again, Maxine, because anything that you are going to do doesn't usually start on the minute you start. There's always a thought moving it to there, and it can evolve itself, because I've always been I've always been that. I had a nonprofit called It Takes a Village before.
Called what?
It Takes a Village.
It Takes a Village. Nice.
Yeah, that was in 1993. I had
Mhm.
a nonprofit called It Takes a Village. I also had a group called Best 2000, which was about bringing 2,000 Jamaicans together. That's what my
Wow.
intention was,
Mhm.
bring us together. Because
Mhm.
I found when we came here, there wasn't a lot of Jamaicans that were knowing each other.
Each other, yeah.
Right?
Like a community,
Right,
yeah.
created a community.
Mhm.
So, and that worked. We used to have parties at our house, invite everybody. I mean,
Mhm.
my house was an open door. I mean,
Right,
it
right.
didn't matter. It was just
Right. Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
But how did you come up with the logo?
All right, so let me tell you what. So I got up the morning and I said, how do we create this community that's sustainable? And so I started writing. What am I looking to do? I'm looking to pool resources. So pooling our resources, talents, acquiring business equities, living life.
What? Come on! You need to say that to the people. Let them hear that.
So
So
Portabellas.
Portabellas is pulling
our
resources, talents, acquiring business, equities,
living life,
abundant. Oh my God!
I just,
Let me tell you something. Woman of God, let me tell you something. You're a believer in
yeah,
God, right? You believe in
absolutely.
Jesus.
When I saw
Yeah.
it, I mean, it just came, as I said, it just comes out because it's coming from some spiritual space and I just
From the Holy
received it.
Spirit.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
me sitting here to this big portobello and think about you like portobello mushroom like me.
Well, I absolutely love portobello mushrooms.
So you do jerk port mushroom too?
Yes, of course we do.
Jesus!
Yes,
I love food enough. A friend of mine said to me the other day, Maxie, they love food enough, but you're not big on fat. But true, me know I have my little stash when I really put on weight, and if I see me I get too out of shape, I know exactly. I know to drink my Prolessadil, I know to drink and I drink green tea every day, and green tea helps to keep the weight under control.
Of course.
But I am a foodie. So you say though, jerk portobello, jerk mushroom too?
We've done it for catering. We've done it for our wedding. There was a vegetarian wedding that we did, and that was the mainstay.
Man, Shanika, when we get married, we forgot make sure it's Catherine come jerk machine, come cook up the food. Do them portobello mushroom, them jerk mushroom.
We were the ones that started. We did jerk crab.
Jerk crab?
Yeah, that was our.
What?
Jerk.
Well, I don't eat seashell food. Yeah, but that's supposed to be awesome.
It's really good.
Jerk crab. So tell us some of the things.
Turkey.
Some of the things that you jerk.
We jerk chicken,
pork.
We used to do beef, but it wasn't too popular.
Too popular, right?
Because I think it was made the beef too dry.
Yeah.
We do jerk stew peas.
Jerk stew peas.
And we can do the vegetarian jerk stew.
Vegetarian jerk stew. What else? You do jerk fish. Mosampo and compound. What else?
Jerk turkey.
Of
course, our jerk crab. As I say, a lot of the things that people order for caterings and weddings and stuff.
Sometimes it's the first.
Yeah. They want something like that.
So the jerk ackee too?
No.
Coming up, jerk festival, people jerk ackee and all kind of
everything.
Something.
No.
Yeah.
And jerk festival, we were one of the first supporters of jerk festival.
I was about to ask
that.
And
we were always supporting
jerk festival,
anything that was Jamaican born. You can ask any.
So you guys still go to jerk festival here?
We haven't been in a couple of years, but we've been every year before that. Every year we've been a part. I mean, and some we still sponsor with other things, and we do the backstage. But we haven't had our booth, right? So yeah, man, it's good to stay connected to your community.
Yes, and to your roots and to your culture.
Yes.
Because a lot of times people leave their country and they throw away their culture, they throw away their roots, they throw away their foundation.
Yes.
But as Jamaicans, we were taught never to do that, never to throw away our culture, our roots, and our foundation, our traditions, right?
Yeah. So let me tell you a little more about Portabello and how it works with Portabello is a training center. It's an incubator. And what our intention is to train young people who have aged out of foster care. Because as I said, there are 24,000 kids that age out every year in America.
Wow.
At 18, I think they've just moved the age to 21 now. But at 18, they would like let them, they weren't allowed to stay where they were fostered,
Right.
right? And you know, at 21, children are still not even grown up.
That's true.
You know,
Mhm.
there's still, and especially if you're in a situation of a country that is not necessarily taking care of everything for you, um, you could be left out to be homeless. So many
Right.
of the children end up homeless. Many of them create little crimes to go to prison so that
Mhm.
they can have a roof, so that they can get food, so that
Right,
they can
right.
get shelter, so that they can get clothing, so
Mhm.
they can get medicine.
Right.
So you think, for me, I'm not in judgment, because at the end of the day, what would I do? What would I do if if I had to be sleeping under a car or in a bush?
Or in a car or the bus
Or
station or
right.
your bus stop
And I
or
want to tell you that there's over 4.2 million homeless children under the age of 30 in America.
say that again.
4.2 million homeless children, and I say children under the age of 30,
Mm-hmm.
under the age of 30 in America. That's a lot of numbers that's a lot of people. So that Portabella is really here to disrupt that. That's what I'm here to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to change that. I'm here to create where we have young people who can know themselves as great and what they're here for. I can find out what you're good at. I can spot it. I can know, what your superpower is. Right?
It's good to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yes, I love being an entrepreneur.
I love being an
I
entrepreneur
love being one,
too.
and I love teaching people how to be one.
Yes.
So, it's saying, it's you must, if you give somebody food, okay, so we feed the homeless, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to take it to the next level. So they say if you give somebody
fish,
the fish, then you
teach them how to fish.
But you better to teach them how to fish. But
right.
Me, I'm taking it one step further. Mm-hmm. I'm going to teach them how to sell the fish.
Oh, wow! I love that. This lady stopped again. So you teach them how to you give them the fish, then you teach them how to fish, and then you teach them how to sell the fish. That's a good one.
They can begin to show
others how to do the same thing.
Yes, how to do the same.
And I love that. I love that. I love that. It's good to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And I always tell people when I come on the show that I'm not bashing 9 to 5 because but it's not everybody is called for 9 to 5. However, you can use the 9 to 5 to generate that income to start the business.
And it's not everybody who is to be an entrepreneur.
And it's not everybody who's called to be an entrepreneur.
So being an entrepreneur, like I speak to many entrepreneurs, and true entrepreneurs can be with nothing.
Explain that for me, please. I hear somebody say, who said that? Like Jody or she?
Yeah, like I heard Jody give me her story. And true entrepreneurs can be with nothing. Like my dad was with nothing. Like he had everything and then he was with nothing. As an entrepreneur, you can be with nothing.
So what do you mean by that? Like you start and then lose everything?
Yeah,
and then start over.
And I came down to nothing. I can be with nothing. Because I know that that's not my last dream. I know that's not my last one. I know that the other day I heard my son say this. So, he gave some of his music. He's a music writer and he gave some and somebody used it. I said, it's not your last song.
I need some tissue. I'm crying.
You will always.
Give me some tissue, please. You know why I'm crying? Because you don't even know what you did for me when you just said that. Shanika can tell you. Because when I started ABBA Dance and Nutrition, I invested all my life savings into ABBA Dance and Nutrition. And for a season, right? I stay for a season. Even though the new season is not opened as yet, but I still remain hopeful. I still remain positive. Yes. You understand? Because and you have to be careful with your mind because the devil come and he plays tricks in your mind every day. So what you just said, it resonates with me, and it's such a big thing for me because I invested all my life savings in ABBA. Yeah. And then when I look, sometimes I have to thank you, darling. Sometimes I have to remind God, like God, you gave me this vision, you gave me this dream. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And is it gonna just go like this? So to hear what you said, and I hear Jody over there, she's the one. So I know that your testimony is over there inspiring her as well. You understand? Because Abba was here, and then, but this year we're gonna be 5, and I look at it sometime, and I'm like, God, I thank you for the days when I was inside Abba Nutrition, because when I was inside there, I met so many. That's where I met Winsome.
Wonderful, right?
That's where I met Joan Quinlan. You know Joan Quinlan are the best friends, right?
Yes, of course.
That's where I met Miss Joan. That's where I met Winsome.
Yes.
That's where I met Shanika, right? That's where I met all these beautiful
Oh, my
people with these
goodness.
big hearts.
Exactly.
And if I never had Abba, I would not meet all these people, because without Winsome, there would not be a Catherine. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So I give God thanks for the days when I was inside Abba. But when we were coming, we were talking about birthing different things, because I went through, when I came out of Abba, don't mean to cut you, but I'm coming back to you. When I came out of Abba, I went through a season, right, where intricately woven royal bloodline was born, right? Weave, woman. That's why I know that we're gonna be doing some things together.
Course, yeah.
Weave, woman evolving with ability, value, and empowerment. That's my women's foundation, my women's ministry for abused women, whose bodies have been abused, who have been raped and molested,
Wonderful.
right?
Yes.
That's women evolving with ability, value, and empowerment, and that's where Weave was born.
Love
So
it.
if Abba was not closed,
Yes.
I would not come out of that cocoon. I would not have come
That's the
out.
whole point
yes.
of this whole story.
Mhm.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Because if Germ Machine had not gone through its downfall to zero,
Mhm.
coming back to my one store after 25 years of putting everything into it, I would not have been born.
Yeah.
So that's it. And that's it. If you can let go of that
Mhm.
and then move to what's next for you.
Mhm.
Right? God puts you in the place that you are to be. We're not to fight it.
Right.
We have to fight it. It's all good,
Mhm.
right? It's all good. It's all good. And when we have more community like what we have here, and we speak about it, then we can now know that we're not different from each other. We're all pretty much the same. We all have the same issues and troubles, and we have to just keep moving ourselves.
Keep moving.
And I told you I wrote a song, right?
Mhm.
Sing that song.
Yeah, you're gonna sing. She's gonna sing that song for us today. She wrote a song.
Yeah.
But Shanika, can we get the food, please? Because we're gonna have some jerk, and not only have some jerk. I'm excited to taste the jerk, but also she's gonna sing the song for us, and just so much. The Bible says our gift shall make room for us and
Yes.
take us before great kings.
Yes.
Right? And it is our gift that is gonna open
Yeah.
the doors. God give us creative abilities. He give us ideas.
Yes.
He give us gifts. He gives us talents.
Yes.
Right? And it is what we do with the gifts. It is what we do with the talents. It is what we do with the ideas. I pray every day that God will give me godly, innovative
Yes,
ideas.
exactly.
So when I choreograph my dance, it comes from the Holy Spirit, right? So I know that God, put us together. It was God who allowed me to meet Jody, right? That I could have the opportunity to use the studio to do my recordings. And I give God thanks for Jam Studio. I give God thanks for Jody. I give God thanks for Dr. Hunter, who, the studio came through Dr. Hunter to Jody and to the studio. It was God who allowed me to meet Shanika, you, and all the other people, the beautiful people that I've met along my journey.
Well, I want you to just stop right there, because today I met Jody. And who I met is not even Jody, is Jody's daughter.
Gabby.
Who I've written a children's movie, a children's play, which is going to be a movie. And I see who Gabby is.
Yes.
And it's for children. So I want her to be part of that. So that's what I'm saying, is that it's not just one of us in this role.
Yeah.
It's all of us together. It's all
And
of us
I
together.
heard Jody saying that her grandfather prophesied that she was going to be moving.
Yes.
Yeah, an actress. And also I do work with kids too. So
Wonderful.
again, so you see, when God is doing something, you never know. I work with kids, right? Because that is my that is what I do. I teach kids to dance. So you never know.
So we're gonna need you for the curve.
So you need me for the choreography. So look at God. And we just give God thanks. As Shanika prepared dish out the food. So while Shanika is doing that, you wanna do the little song for, what's the name of the song though?
It's called Breathe and Believe.
Breathe and Believe. So you're gonna give us a verse, right? Go ahead.
I'll give you. It's a short song.
Yeah.
So And remember, I'm not a singer.
You're not a singer, right?
I am a singer because God gave me a voice to
Right.
sing. But I'm not attached to me being the one that is, because I believe this is a world song.
Yes.
So I'm not attached to me being the one
that's going to be singing the song in the movie, the play, or whatever. Okay, all right, go ahead.
So it goes like this.
What's the name of the song? The title?
Called Breathe.
Breathe.
And Believe.
And Believe. Okay.
Okay. Where's my audience? I thought we're going to have some people in here.
Well, Jody's behind the camera and Shanika is looking about the
Okay,
food,
so it's all right. That's
Mhm.
fine. I'm good. I'm the audience out here.
Yeah.
So it goes like this. I find myself underwater, hanging on to yesterday, and the dreams I have of tomorrow seem so far away. The waves are getting higher, I'm almost out of air. I close my eyes, and you appear. Breathe and believe. Take another breath, another step. Keep moving forward. Jesus is beside you. He won't let you go under if you believe. Breathe and believe. Just breathe. Breathe and believe. In the darkness of the hour, the stars still light the skies. So don't forget your power.
Amen.
Let your miracles arise. No matter what you're facing, no matter what the strain, just look inside your faith and try again. Breathe and believe. Take another breath, another step. Keep moving forward. Jesus is beside you. He won't let you go under if you believe. Breathe and believe. Just breathe. Breathe and believe.
Amen. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the words are just so encouraging.
Yeah.
Very encouraging.
Thank you.
We are going to a big dinner. Oh Jesus! Look here. So we're here. Yeah.
There's some
So
jerk sauce
can
too.
there's some jerk sauce. Can you take a video, do a little video, Shanika, and take a picture? So this is what it looks like, guys. See? I know some people might have a water, but let me check. Let me taste the infamous jerk machine.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring any rice or any bread.
She brought just vegetable salad. Mm-hmm.
Bring some of the jerk sauce. I like my little spice. Mmm.
This is good.
And you can use your fingers too. That one is a barbecue jerk. Bring
She
both
said
of them.
we can use a finger too.
Both
Want
of
to
them.
taste it yet?
That one is a jerk.
This one is the jerk?
I think this one is the, what is this one?
It is so good.
That one is a jerk.
Which
Oh, I
one is?
brought some
Oh, what is that? That look like some peas something.
curry chickpeas.
Look here. Curry chickpeas.
Gosh. Well, you can always take it home.
You can always take it home, right?
Mm.
Make we show them the curry chickpeas, see? Oh my God. Jody, una try this? It is so good.
And this is a little bit of our jerk sauce.
The jerk sauce, that?
Not too much. It's not spicy. I just like the
I like spice though.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is really good.
Thank you.
I love the curry chickpeas,
Mm-hmm.
and this is really good.
Oh, wow.
It's so good.
It's okay to use my fingers, huh?
We have to show some. Guys, make sure you find jerk machine. No joke about it.
Yeah.
Jerk machine. All these years me I hear about jerk machine. I'm living in Florida. And it take me on a set to sample jerk machine food over 40 something years. But this is real good.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's real good. And I'm a foodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I know flavor. I know flavor. So this is so good. Well, God be the glory. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
On my phone, I need to take a picture. Shanika, can you
You want some of the chickpeas?
you guys want some of the chickpeas? Come on, Catherine.
Mm. I love food too. It's my grandmother. I get my love enough food from. She would.
All right. So as we hear savoring our jerk from Jerk Machine, we're coming to the end of our show, the end of our program. And I'm having a curry chickpeas, Jerk Machine, chicken.
Mm.
You've heard her story. Catherine, as we eat and savor this flavor, is there anything else that you wanna share?
Hmm. Just come on out and support because we have a far way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I'm taking a little tangent off the Portobello, but Portobello is really there to support also the jerk machine and to make sure that we have longevity inside of it. Jerk machine to me is a gift that was given to me,
Uh-huh.
and I get to share it. I get to share it with as many people as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of that Portobello, I'm actually transforming one of my restaurants into the training center.
Mm.
Yeah, so that we can.
Also, you're transforming
Lauderhill store.
Lauderdale store into a training center. So tell us about that. What does that mean?
So we're gonna bring some of the students that come out of Portobello and take them there and train them
out to cook and jerk and all of that.
Right, exactly.
How to cook curry chickpeas
And everything.
and
And just how to, as I said, same thing, how to learn how to be entrepreneurs. Really, that's what it is. We're teaching them how to be entrepreneurs.
nice. Tell your husband, I said this. It's still off, but the flavor is good, guys, and I'm really enjoying my jerk machine jerk chicken. Joy, yes, good now.
And there's some barbecue jerk. I think there's a barbecue sauce. It's all the barbecue.
Oh my God. Guys, everybody are welcome for intricate woven right now. But you get drinks when you come on. Now we have this lovely jerk thing. But any final words?
The final words, come out and support. Come out and I love people. So if you're in town, come and see me. I'm available. I want to make sure that our community continues to thrive. And if you don't, one of the things I want to say, I think what the whole of this story is that don't stay too comfortable in your comfort.
I love that.
Yeah, move on. Just be daring enough to discover.
Like a daredevil, yeah.
What
Well,
else?
I don't like the word devil, but
yeah. Just
I take back
really
that.
just
No devil
to be
business.
right, just to be in discovery. Really, that's what it is. Yeah.
No devil business around here. No daredevil.
No. Be a dear discoverer.
Dear discoverer.
That's right.
I'm happy. You see how powerful words are?
Yeah. So you can discover new things and discover new things. If I didn't go to Canada, I might not have known. I wouldn't have met my husband, and he's my best friend, my soulmate,
business partner,
and just such an amazing man. I wish he could train people how to be husband. Really, he's a great husband, a wonderful father, a great partner. He's just an amazing person.
Nice,
right?
nice.
And it's so funny when I met him. I want to tell this story. When I did meet my husband, my husband didn't have a car, and my friends would say, "You're going to go out with somebody who don't have a car."
And look at 40-something years after.
That's it.
Look at the empire that you built.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But he was willing to take the bus and a subway and another bus to come and meet me at my workplace every day. Every day.
Man, Catherine, let me tell you some milk. Anybody know Maxine? Know saying my mouth? What Jody can't tell you. Shanika can tell you. Once me know something, I'm gonna sample it, you know. Me send everybody come a jerk machine. If them want catering, jerk machine, because the flavor is really good. It's really good. So
and we cater all across Florida. We did our wedding down in Key West the other day. We've gone to Pensacola and done our catering over there. We've been over to Naples. We're coming to West Palm Beach. You know, so.
And we have things to do in the future.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't stop here. So when the last thing that I'm gonna ask you is, when you heard about the interview, how did you feel? What came to you?
It's so funny that you know, somebody had just gotten off the phone with me and asked me, have I been on any podcast? And I said, yes, I've been on a couple. She said, why don't you try to see if you can get on some podcast and talk about Dirt Machine? And the phone rang and it was you.
It was me? Oh wow.
You called right after that.
Right after that. So that was confirmation.
Yes. Or win some. Whoever it was that it was right. I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
You know? And I find that happens a lot to me when I think of something. That's why I try to make sure I keep my head in the positive. Because, you know, I said that to my son, you know, don't think in the negative because you'll be surprised to know how strong your mind is. So think always just in the positive. Always in the positive.
So I have a card for you.
All right. Wow.
Intricate woven royal bloodline.
And I love it.
I always give this little token at the end of our show.
It was
and these words, when I write these cards, it is God that give me these words. So Catherine, you are, I should say Dr. Catherine, you are an inspiration. You have a big heart and a sweet spirit. I pray God's richest blessings over your life, family, children, business, and foundation. You will grow from strength to strength, from victory to victory, and from glory to glory. Know that your labor is not in vain. Keep going. Jeremiah 33, verse 3. And Jeremiah 33, verse 3 says, call unto me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you know not of. We love you, intricately woven, royal bloodline.
Wow, beautiful.
And this is yours. Shanika, can you take some pictures for us, please?
So beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You would surprised to see the small things, like for me, words. If you can, my Pastor Ricky know me very well.
Yes.
He knows that if I'm down, call Maxine and just give her a word, because words, I love words.
Absolutely.
You understand? I love words. I do love words. Yes. So,
and we were given the gift of words, so we must use them well, not in bad things. As I said, words can also, you know, hurt, and use good words. Even sometimes we're thinking bad things. Shift yourself, shift your spirit into the goodness of yourself, right?
Words are powerful because, you know, as I just said, dear devil, and I quickly catch myself and said, no devil around here, no devil around here, right? But God is good, God is faithful, and I thank God for this interview. It was.
And look at how I was lost getting here. I didn't even say I was lost. I was just distracted, and it's all, you know, like I didn't even fret inside of it. I'm just like, you know, I'll get there. And God put me on another track and put me on another track and put me on another track. I said, okay, focus where you're going. And I just got off on that road and I just turned. Got the GPS. I say, my friends always say, drive faster than the GPS. You know? So sometimes I do get lost because the GPS can't keep up with me. That's all it is.
Right.
And I found it here.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, remember that we are intricately woven into his royal bloodline. And remember also, it is only what we do for God that will last.
That's right.
It is only what we do for God will last.
Yes.
So we love you all. Take care of yourself until another time, another interesting testimony here on Intricately Woven Royal Bloodline. I love you all. Shalom, shalom. Peace out.
Like and share.
Like and share. Yes, I love that. Like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
Love you. Bye.